They enter the corner. He's up the racetrack a little bit. Matt Tiff's going to try to drive in there to get to his inside, and they just got together. 60 of Austin Cindric just wasn't on the very bottom of the racetrack. Opened up a little bit of hole that Matt Tiff you thought was there, and then you can see right here the contact with Reddick. Started Cindric's flipping. That's very unusual to see a car flip that late. You'll see right there, there's a little bit of a hole. It looks like he has room to go to the bottom. And when he went to go, it just closed up. And, you know, we always like to point a finger and say, this guy messed up or that guy messed up.
Turn number 4. That's Menard to the inside and Kligerman, the 30, to the outside.
Oh. Actually, Matt Kenseth in the 20 looks like he kicked up into Joey Logano in the 22 that turned him sideways.
Trevor Bayne, the 21, looked to me, Larry, like he was going to bump draft. Got him going. A lot of different looks here.
On those pit stops, Denny Hamlin took 2 tires that time. On Nemechek took 4 as Nemechek goes by Hamlin or tries to.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Here we go again, boys.
And up and over goes Casey Mears.
What a day. I don't think I've ever seen. I've been here, coming here for 30 years. I've never seen a day like this.
That was ugly. Hamlin got turned and squeezed up into 2 cars on the high side, one of which was Mears.
There. See Joe up on the outside there in the 87 car.
Look at the white lines. See Joe move over.
Yeah. He just was trying to, I think he thought he had him cleared. Spotter may have even told him he was clear. Boy, that 38 car, Casey Mears, it took a ride right there. Stayed on its lid, didn't start tumbling. That's one good thing.
And the good thing, Darrell, I never saw a car hit him after he was on his roof sliding.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, upside
down.
Side.
Well, AJ, that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and that's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around in there.
And here is the initial contact. You see Chase's car yawed out just a tiny bit in the corner.
They got him loose.
That's the one. He was going to save it till that last little bump.
I was just going to say, AJ, just be a little patient here. We got a little ways to go yet, and you got a pretty good car. Wow.
In a moment.
This is amazing footage, folks.
Incredible camera work.
And just remember, there's a driver in every one of those cars.
Once again, just on the inside of Brandon.
Oh, look out!
Trouble.
Oh, and upside down is Earnhardt. This is going to be a mess.
Spin behind us, wave him.
The 33 of Harvick. Joey Logano involved. More cars still spinning in this. Oh, there's contact behind him between Carl Edwards.
And Carl Edwards got up into
Keselowski. And boy, it just flipped Dale over. And then there's nowhere for these guys to go. That's Kyle Busch. That's the damage he sustained. There's Brendan gone.
You got to wonder why Carl Edwards would make a move like that on the straightaway. Kind of made an abrupt move up to the outside lane there. I don't know if he thought he was clear.
Yeah, sometimes you're moving over just to get against that car to try to slow that car down, that momentum, to where you can get your line moving a little bit quicker. And
someone else. Here goes the pass. Gordon making a move on the inside of Earnhardt. Oh, Jarrett's loose.
Down the back straightaway. Big trouble. Earnhardt out. Up and over number 3. And for the 19th time, Lady Luck deals a bad hand.
Well, you can see him coming off. That's Jeff Gordon right under Earnhardt. Earnhardt gets into the outside wall, moves over in traffic there. Everybody checked up. There's contact from the car just behind him.
Dale
Jarrett got into him just a little bit. You can see Ernie Irvin there slamming into the outside wall.
And going under him.
Is okay, climbed out of his car unhurt, and I tell you that first because when you see the video, you'll wonder how.
Gets around right there going down into turn 1. Could be a oh my goodness. Upside down.
You're
over.
entering that corner at almost 200 miles per hour.
That had to be quite a ride right there.
So this is coming off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Oh yeah, you can just see, looks like the 38 goes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 24 Byron. And that sends Jeffrey Earnhardt and Kyle Larson. Look at the air get under the right rear of the 42.
Wow.
Heavy contact with that right front. Left front.
That safer barrier was there. Thank goodness for that. But watch this thing. Once it starts flipping, it's like a feather. It just won't stop.
To go to victory lane this year. What a hard tumble for Kyle Larson.
Oh, man. And that was after a really hard hit with that front nose to the inside wall.
It just won't stop.
Joey Logano.
Big crash.
Oh, he's all tagged down. Over and over, Logano goes between 3 and 4.
No.
Our car will come back to rest on all 4 tires.
Really just kind of a stack-up effect. Like was one of them got on the brakes and it's kind of forced. Yeah, look at Tony Stewart just missing this crash. Man, here's where it really gets exciting. Man.
We talked about that there's nowhere to go as you come off of these corners, and when something like this happens, you make a commitment, and you've got one opportunity really to miss this wreck. Tony Stewart did a great job. Some others got.
A car's out of control. Maynard Troyer's Ford number 60 flips an incredible number of times. The roll bar cage that protects the driver and keeps the roof up is intact. Let's see again Maynard Troyer's near disaster. Troyer's engine blew, locking the rear wheels. As he headed down off the high banks, Troyer's car dug in and began to roll with the momentum of 4,000 pounds moving at more than 150 miles an hour. As it rolled, fenders and other parts were ripped from the body and scattered on the track. Twisting through the air, it landed on its wheels, and the added spring of tires and suspension made it leap into the air like a hooked sailfish. Through 18 flips, the roll cage kept the cockpit open, and Troyer sustained only minor injuries.
Behave themselves so far anyway, but you still got to get through 2 and 3 on the first lap.
Ricky Rudd gets the jump. He's the early leader. Oh, trouble! Steve Park is off into the infield. Another car valve over on his lid. It's Parkindale Jr. Terrible crash.
Man, Steve Park's car just turned dead left when he came off turn 2.
And there's Rusty Wallace. You see Park trying to squeeze up the outside.
I see he was trying to go on the outside of Rusty. Rusty moves up, they make contact, and Junior gets under the one car and just kind of bulldozed him into the wall and over.
Yeah, that's what actually turned him even more sideways. But I'll tell you what, that guardrail did the job.
Oh, it did a great job.
Took a lot of
and around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth. Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was.
I am not believing that.
He's fine, boy. He got the window net down right away out of frustration. The 4 car, Harvick.
Danica climbs out. Radio cord gets disconnected.
Piece of paper.
There's McDowell into the 43 of Eric Almirola.
Look at that
and
thing.
Up goes Kenseth.
It's like a feather. Lord of mercy.